Hello.
How are you today?
Doing good.
Awesome. Everyone's hopping on slowly. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. In world geography, my thing wasn't working.
You're a little slow and like staticky, but I can hear you.
Okay.
I think internet connection's really sporadic right now. My last class, I had a couple who were having issues.
Yeah.
Has anybody done anything fun this week?
Not much. We pretty much just stayed at home.
Probably what most people are doing.
Yeah, we took a walk yesterday.
Nice. Let's give everybody another minute or so, especially since I'm sure many are coming from 2 o'clock classes. Where is everybody else? Did you guys have 2 o'clock classes Zoom?
Oh,
No. You have a hammock in your room?
No way.
I do. It's pretty cool.
I do too.
That is so awesome. I am so jealous. And you got a fan blowing like right behind you. You should feel like we're in class then. You're sitting right next to the fan.
Right.
I see why you did that. Yes, totally make you feel like you're in that 100-degree classroom.
Right.
I got my AC on.
You got your AC on. We finally do. Ours was not working. It was not fun.
It's amazing how so warm it got all of a sudden.
It was boom, just right away. I think that's, to me, I'm believing that is God killing off all the germs. So we can like get back out there and start being with people again.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good thing too, because the U.S. as of right now is being considered the epicenter now.
Really?
While things in China have settled down, things have escalated over here.
I just think we have more testing going on.
Yeah.
I think, we're just more on top of our stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, while we wait for the last couple of people to join on, there's Henry. He's got on his Karate Kid bandana. Can you hear us, Henry? Maybe. Not for sure.
He can hear us. He's just pretending like he's not.
Probably. It's totally something he would do, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay, so creative time today, just like always. If you could be stuck anywhere, where would you want to be stuck, and who would you want to be stuck with? And it could not be a family member. Where would you be stuck, and who would you want to be stuck with? It shouldn't be that hard of a question. I mean, we've all been stuck for the last couple of weeks. You had to be thinking about, like, who would you really want, to have gotten stuck in your house with you?
And it's just one person?
Just one person.
Yeah, I'd just be stuck in my house with maybe my friend Alex.
Okay. You wouldn't want to be stuck anywhere else? It doesn't have to be your house. You'd be stuck anywhere.
If I had to choose, I'd say maybe the Lebanon Town Square.
Okay. Would anyone want to be stuck like on a beach, deserted island, a jungle somewhere?
Heck no.
Be stuck in New York City, Miami Beach, a volcano
Well-
in Hawaii.
At any of if it weren't for all the chaos going around, New York City would be a good fit.
That would, yeah.
I changed my name. And I realized it was my mom's name because we had to use the same computer. So changed my name.
I knew who you were. I knew who you were. Ashlyn, where would you be stuck and who would you be stuck with?
I would be stuck at HCA or the mall with my best friend.
Oh, that's so sweet. You would say HCA. Yes. That would be a really good place to be stuck, especially as everyone's missing everybody right now. Jesse, where would you be stuck? And who would you be stuck with?
I'd be stuck in heaven.
You'd be stuck in heaven? Okay. What one person would you bring with you?
Would I have to bring them?
They would have to be stuck with you. So they would either have to be there or you would have to bring them.
I don't know.
If it's a place, would there be other people at that place?
I don't know. There could be.
Or is it just like nobody else is left and it's just you and that person?
Let's say there's nobody else that's left. It's just you and that person.
Because New York would be pretty boring if there's nobody there. Then none of the shops would
That's
be
true.
open or anything like that.
Yeah. There's still lots of things to see, though.
Just pick Walmart.
Walmart. Okay.
A bunch of free stuff. Actually, Best Buy. Best Buy. I take that back.
Best Buy. That has a lot of options. TV and getting to play on the computers. Okay. Well, I mean, we've had this idea of, being stuck and maybe you're loving your family or maybe you're hating I'm going to say hating. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're wishing for other people in your life besides your family right now. I don't know how you guys are. Or you're wishing you could go someplace besides the grocery store. Maybe you've broken the rules and you have gone someplace you're not supposed to go. I don't want to know. Have you been in groups of more than 10 people? I don't want to know. Okay. Anyway, that's just something to get started with.
Wait, what would a family of 11?
I don't know what big families do. I don't.
A family of 11. That'd be kind of sucky. Should have picked one kid off, I guess.
I think that it's just gatherings. I don't think it has anything to do with family. I think it's more like just like groups getting together, people outside the home. I think that that's what it comes down to. Okay, I'm getting ready to share my screen with you guys, okay? Okay, can we see?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yay. Okay, so we are banning 2 new words this week. We are banning the word fun and we are banning the word like. How many of you use the word fun? That
Like
was
in our
fun.
papers or just like
In general, just when you're speaking.
I use it a lot.
When your parents are like, oh, hey, did you have a good time at your friend's house? You're like, yeah, it was fun.
I thought we'd already banned the word like.
Have we banned the word like? I couldn't remember.
I feel like we have.
Maybe
Yeah.
we did. Okay, well, we're going to review then the banning the word like. Okay. Maybe I banned it early. I could have done that. Okay. Because I change up the book a little bit. I'm kind of like that. I break the rules a little bit. So for banning the word fun, other things that we can say in its place are exciting, glorious, entertaining, amusing, enjoyable, thrilling, exhilarating. I don't remember what I was trying to write down here, but autocorrect did something. Interesting, satisfying, challenging, rewarding. And we also have stimulating, relaxing, regenerating, refreshing, enthralling, fascinating, or rousing. These are words that we can put in place of fun. And I will have your the PowerPoint slides attached to your homework. So don't feel like you have to write all these down. They'll be attached so you can write them down later. Or you don't have to if you don't want to. But you can refer back to them. Because in this week's assignment, even though it really has nothing to do with something that is absolutely fun or exciting or glorious or entertaining, I want you to get a unbanned fun word in there. So a word in place of fun in there at least one time. You're going to be writing 3 paragraphs this week. So I want that in there at least one time. Because what you guys sure we did like? I'm just going to review just real quick.
On the page.
So if we do the word like, instead of just that you like something, that you enjoy it, you treasure it, you appreciate it, you prefer it, you relish it, you love it, you respect it, you value it, it's fancy, venerate, crave, be fond of, delight, and prize. So these are words that we can use them instead of like, even in your spoken words, instead of saying, oh yeah, I liked it. Did you, was the movie good? Yeah, I liked it. How about I respected what the director was trying to do. Elaborate, give more words. I know when you're texting, it's trying to be as few words as possible so your thumbs don't cramp up. But so we're going to have a word in place of fun in your paragraph, somewhere in one of your 3 paragraphs. Just italicize it for me, and then a word in place of like, and just italicize it for me, because what we're doing is we're learning how to do a critique. What does a critique mean? Yes, Kyler.
Well, I don't even have to worry about my thumbs cramping up because I've been button mashing all my life.
Have you?
Yeah.
Most people, I think probably most people your age, they've grown up doing this kind of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So critique. What is a critique? What does the word critique mean?
Does it mean like a report or a review on something?
Yes, we have a reporter review on something. We're telling what we think of something. So this is where your thoughts are going to count. And when you give your thoughts, you're stating your thought as not just an opinion, but you're stating it as a fact. So you will not say, I think this. You are not using I or you. There is no first person and no second person allowed. Like, to that. Well, so if I were to talk about the movie Endgame, so Avengers Endgame.
That was a good one.
It was a good one. I'm not going to say I think that Avengers Endgame really solidified the role of Iron Man, or the conscience of Iron Man, because we get to see who he becomes through this story. It would be more like in Avengers Endgame, Iron Man's role as a father and a brother to his family and friends is truly solidified. And then I would state why. So I'm telling you my opinion, but I'm stating it like, yes, I am right. There is nothing that can change my mind about this. We're stating it as fact, not just I think something. So when we write a critique, we're going to go back and we're going to think of the story sequence. So in a story sequence, we have the first paragraph is, what do you see?
Character and setting.
Woo! We can read. Yay! Okay, come on, everybody join in with Kyler. So second paragraph is?
Character and setting.
No, second paragraph.
Conflict and plot.
Oh, I thought you said
Conflict
first.
and plot. There we go.
Good
And
job,
the third
Jesse.
paragraph of a story sequence is?
Resolution and moral.
Woo! We got it. Now, I don't know if your other teachers are as crazy as I am. But you know.
Nope.
Nope.
What makes IEW my favorite class?
Is that I'm super duper crazy? Hey. We have to do something. I see. Thank you. And Lily's showing you her Dalmatian drink. Okay. But so what this is essence will become, though, is character and setting is going to become number 2. Conflict and plot will become number 3. So resolution and moral will become paragraph number
4.
4. Woo! We're on a roll. Okay, let's keep going. Because what will paragraph 1 be?
Introduction.
An introduction. Yes. So paragraph number 1 will become an introduction. Oh, come on. Let me type on you. Paragraph number, why are we in paragraph number 1 become introduction? So that means paragraph 5 will be what?
Conclusion.
Conclusion. Right?
Right.
So do you think you're writing 5 paragraphs this week?
I don't know. Are
Hope
we?
not.
Could you do it?
Oh,
Could you do that?
Don't make me.
What else do you have going on in your quarantine life? You
More
should
school.
want to write. I should be getting emails. Miss Erin, make us write more. Make us write more. No, you're only doing 3 paragraphs this week. We will do the introduction and conclusion next week. Because I'm just that kind of nice. Even though the book wants you to do all 5 in 1 week, I'm not going to do that to you guys. What are you doing? Okay, so think about it like this. If we think about the story of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, but it's a little different. We have the first part of everything is where it got started. So we have our caterpillars here on the leaf. Second thing, the caterpillar becomes a butterfly. And third, now we're all enjoying watching the butterfly inside the jar. So 3 parts. And somebody's texting away. Who's texting on their computer or on their phone? I heard the little whoop, whoop.
I think it's Sean.
Yeah, I had someone ask me a question I needed to. Sorry.
Okay, so we're going to be focusing on the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. You guys all remember the story?
Yep, heard of it. We've heard it 100 times.
Okay, who read the book?
I did.
I did.
Okay, do I need to make sure everyone read the book? Do we need to have a quiz?
I've done it.
No? Okay. If you have not read the book, maybe this week would be a time to go and read it, or at least read something like on Sparks Notes or Schmoop or Cliff Notes or whatever your preference is on summaries. I don't think summary sites are bad. I think they should be read as you're reading the book. Just like audiobooks, I think those should be listened to as you're reading. Okay, so when we think about a critique, we want to first start getting our brains thinking about who the main characters were. And then what did these characters set out to do? What was their original mission? What was the climactic moment? What happens in the end? And then even though in a story sequence we focus on a resolution / moral, not all stories have a moral. So if you're thinking, okay, there's no way I can get any kind of moral out of this, I really didn't learn a whole lot, this was not a book like that, you don't have to stress over it. It's only if you feel like that you might have learned something with this, okay? This is only if you're like, oh my gosh, yes, it was that pivotal moment that I realized that is what C.S. Lewis was trying to teach us. No? Not at all? Did you feel like you learned anything in this?
Yes.
Yes? Could it have some kind of sense of moral to it?
Yes, no.
Yep.
If you wanted it to, I guess it could. Okay, there is something, give me a second because I had accidentally closed out a window, but there's a video that I want to, hopefully it'll share with you guys. And there Henry goes again.
My bad.
Has anybody else's internet been really slow today?
Mine.
Mhm.
It's been really crappy all day.
Oh my goodness, it's been.
Mine's been weird.
Okay. Okay, can you see this YouTube page?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna mute.
Miss Aaron, you muted yourself. Miss Aaron, you muted yourself.
Beautiful lies. You can't seriously believe in fairy tales. Believing in fairy stories, which I think is rather ridiculous. After all, the magic of myths or fairy stories is not an end in itself. It exists to serve virtue and satisfy certain primordial human desires. But myths are fiction. The stories they tell aren't true. They're lies and therefore worthless, even though breathed through silver. They're just beautiful lies. You can't seriously believe in fairy tales. Why not? I can, in fact, I do. But this is preposterous. How can you seriously believe a lie? Oh, Jack, myths are not lies. In fact, they're the very opposite of a lie. Myths convey the essential truth, the primal reality of life itself. Go on. Well, you see, we have been duped into using the word myth as being synonymous with a lie, because we have been duped into accepting the first real lie of materialism. What is that? That is the hideous claim that there is no supernatural order to the universe. The materialists have imprisoned us in a world of mere matter, of physical facts, divorced from and devoid of metaphysical truth. Well, I say that they are lying. I say that they are the ones who have come up with a false myth. Their world doesn't exist. It's merely a figment of their imagination. Well, fine. However, there's a problem. The problem is they have convinced us that it is true. They have made us believe that this is all there is. 3 dimensions, 5 senses, 4 walls. Isn't it? Most emphatically not. Jack, the 4 walls of materialism are the 4 walls of a prison, and the materialists are our jailers. Don't you see? They've put us in a prison of 4 walls. They don't want us to see what's beyond those walls. They don't want us to discover what lies outside their narrow philosophy. Worse than that, they think that any attempt to escape from the prison is an act of treason. Well, wouldn't it be an act of treason against rationality to believe otherwise? Now, Jack, think for a moment. How can it be wrong for a prisoner to think of things that exist other than walls or jailers? Doesn't the fact that the prisoner is able to think of things outside the walls suggest that perhaps things do exist outside the walls? After all, if the prison really is all there is, how are we able to picture things that exist beyond the prison? And this is where myths come in, you see. Myths exist outside the prison. Myths allow us to escape from the prison. Or if we are not able to escape, at the very least, they allow us to catch a fleeting but oh so powerful glimpse of the beauty that lies beyond the walls. But what is it that we're meant to be glimpsing? Well, don't you see? The truth, Jack. Myths show us a fleeting glimpse of truth itself. Truth. Truth. What on earth is this truth that you're talking about? Ah, quid est veritas? What is truth? I'm glad to see that you've entered into the spirit of the myth, Jack. You've just cast yourself into the role of Pilate. Pilate? Oh, I see. You're able to believe in the lesser myths because we've already accepted the big one. Once you accept the big myth, the lie of Christ, it's easy to accept the smaller ones. Right, Tollers, I'll play the role of Pilate. I'll wash my hands of the whole nonsense. Well, Jack, you may be able to wash your hands, but your mind is still muddied. You're not thinking clearly at all, old chap. You're acting as if myths are mere arbitrary inventions of fiction, as if we pull them out of thin air. But what you don't understand is that we make things by the law in which we are made. We create because we are created. Creativity, imagination, is God's imageness in us. We tell stories because God is a storyteller. In fact, he is the storyteller.
Okay, so we watched most of that video, and I will include the link on your house form if you want to watch the end of it. But this was two men acting, one being C.S. Lewis, one being J.R.R. Tolkien, and really debating this idea of stories and what is real and what is not real. And I felt like this is a good video to watch as you're getting ready to critique one of C.S. Lewis's books, and the idea of what was his purpose in this. When I teach literature classes, it's always to get students thinking about what was the purpose, what was the author's life like, what changed for them, what did they go through, what was going on historically, to really think about what a book means and what its purpose and intention was. And even though most people would say that C.S. Lewis was very much a Christian writer, or he wrote Christian books, he in many cases would have argued the opposite. It's that his intention wasn't just to be a Christian writer, but to show his beliefs throughout whatever he was writing. And so he focuses on this idea of fiction versus reality, and where do we get this creativity and imagination from? And he believes that our creativity comes from God. So when we think about, and he questions truth, and we're doing The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So we think about that at this point, these four siblings who enter into a wardrobe, and all of a sudden they meet all these creatures, and they meet a witch, and they meet a talking lion, and it's crazy. They accept that as reality. They accept it as reality. And this is to get us thinking, even though the body paragraphs here are not so much about your thoughts and ideas of really putting your opinion into it. That's the introduction and conclusion. Your body paragraphs are the facts behind what you say in your introduction and conclusion. This is, you are an attorney. Does anybody want to be an attorney in the later on in life? And private investigator, detective. Well, pretend you want to be for a second, because private investigators, attorneys, detectives, they need evidence. So your body paragraphs are the evidence behind your thought and opinion. Are we good with that? So we're going to go back and we're going to do our KWOs. You ready?
Ready.
Woo! And I will see if I can talk and type at the same time, but not sure if I can do that. So if you are writing down your KWOs in your book, we are on page 164. And paragraph 1 that we're writing is actually going to become paragraph 2. And this is our characters and our setting. So who are our characters in Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe? Who are our stories? Or who are our stories? Who are our characters in the story?
4. There are 4 children from London.
Okay.
They're Peter, Edmund, Lucy, and Susan.
Yes. So if we start off with that, we have siblings, right? 3 are inherently good-hearted. And 1, I don't want to say that they're bad, but maybe we could call him selfish. or struggles? What word feels good for you there? You can put it in there. And then they meet a witch who is evil and cruel. They meet Aslan, who is a loving, caring protector. And they are in Narnia, where it is always winter and never Christmas. Does that sound like we've gotten a good idea of who's in our story?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. I mean, if you want to put the initials of the siblings, if you wanted to, that's fine. So you remember who they are. So it's 3 siblings. 3 are inherently have good intentions. 1 is selfish, kind of struggles. And
I wouldn't really say selfish. I would say more self-centered.
self-centered. That's a good word. I like that. You know,
Yeah, because people who are self-centered aren't entirely selfish.
so self-centered, if that feels good for you, then you go for it. So those really are about what you put in what feels good for you. It just because you send me your KWOs anyway.
So what about the 4th sentence? There's a 4th.
There's a 4th blank, but I don't feel like we need one here. And remember, in our story sequence, we do not need topic and clinchers, okay? We do not need topic sentence and a clincher sentence. So there's no bolding going on. Woo! One less thing to have to do. So paragraph 2 is going to become paragraph 3, and this is our conflict in our plot. So our white witch, she rules the land. The white witch tricks who? Tricks Edmund.
Yep.
To bring the others to her. Children in the army put up a fight. Yeah. Battle it out. The white witch. And just in case you miss any of these, 1, I record the class, so there'll be a link to the recording. And 2, there'll be the slides from the PowerPoints will be attached to where your has forms are. Okay. The white witch. I'm gonna have to not talk and type at the same time. So if I have the white witch, what happens? What does the white witch do? Does she use deep magic? And Ed is Edmund. So what happens between the white witch and Edmund?
He is found guilty of treason.
That is right. So using deep magic, she has found Edmund guilty of treason. You can give me a thumbs up when you have this copied down. Or you can get your eyeballs really close to your video camera. My other 2 classes appreciated this one.
Oh, I remember that.
Okay. So then we have our conflict in our plot, which leads to what will now become paragraph 4, which is our resolution. And you don't remember, I'm not going to put moral on here because I don't want you to feel like you have to come up with that. So our resolution, Aslan sacrifices himself. Okay. So Aslan sacrifices himself. The table splits, and all of a sudden, Aslan is alive! He then defeats the White Witch. The children, after the White Witch's defeat, the children now rule in Narnia. And if we were to end with this, if we were not going to be putting a introduction and conclusion, we would need a story clincher, which that just kind of like it's ties everything together there. This might be the moral, if you have one. This is also where we would get the title for our paper, but you don't have to do that because we don't have a title yet. Title will come from the last sentence of your conclusion, right?
Right.
Yes. Okay, so this, where it says in your book, you can just cross that off because we are going to be adding the introduction and conclusion next week. So we don't need that. We don't have to focus on that.
So no story clincher?
No story clincher, no. So you're thinking, how in the world with so little sentences, how are we going to get in all of the sentences that we normally get in? Like, how are we going to get 6 sentences? How are you going to do that?
Improvise.
You might have to improvise a little bit. You might have to break a sentence up. So the table splits. That's a sentence. It's a number 6. Suddenly Aslan is alive. So I'm going to put a, oh, no, go back. So I can split that sentence up. So when you're doing your KWOs or you're going back and you're reviewing them before you start writing, make a note of where you can split up an idea.
I'm going to regret having to miss out on the rest of this school year for tutorial.
Are you?
Yeah.
So if we think in this sentence, the White Witch rules the land, the White Witch tricks Edmund, and then you can break that up into 2 ideas. She convinces him, convincingly, she asked him to bring the others. So think about how we can break up our ideas, because you still have to create, in essence, 6 sentences in each paragraph, but just 6. You can do that. It's only 3 paragraphs. It's only 18 sentences. And I know you guys can do it. You guys have done more than that at one time. You will be fabulous in this.
Man.
Are you excited to write this?
Yeah.
I feel the excitement from all of you. Jonah, yes, I feel your excitement. You're like, woohoo! Henry and Sam are like, yes! But this is where you get to put your ideas into this as well. It does not have to just follow this KWO. This is where you get to make a little bit more of your own and how you're sharing the information. Because I want you to start thinking about what would be in your introduction. What would your statement on this book be? What was C.S. Lewis's purpose in this book? Or what is the overall theme of this book? Or message in this book? So start thinking of something like that, and then that will help you create your body paragraphs here. That will tell you what direction you need to go in this. Anybody have any questions?
No, man.
Nope.
We're good? Okay. Henry's good? Okay, got thumbs up from Henry. Okay, we're good. Cooper, you good? Okay, Ashlyn, you good? Okay, I want to show you a picture. I gotta send it to your mom, but Lily made your mom a picture.
Oh.
It's like two Minnie Mouses.
Cute.
It's two Minnie Mouses, and one is Lily, and one she says is Miss Julie because they're best friends.
Aww.
So yeah, I'll be sending that to your mom this week. I'm so excited she did that. She wanted to draw a picture, and it's two Minnie Mouses.
Adorable. She's
It looks
adorable.
better when you can see it. Like you actually get that it's kind of close to Minnie Mouse. There's the ears and the head.
Yeah.
Your question?
I don't mean to go off topic, but have any of you seen the Sonic movie yet?
No.
Nah.
I,
I'll watch it
I
on
think-
Redbox maybe.
yeah, I've seen it, and it's pretty good.
Is it? I'll have to see. I think one of my kids wanted to watch it, so we'll have to see if it's like on Amazon Prime or something where we can buy it and watch it. It's cheaper than taking my family to the movies anyway. There's too many of us.
And speaking of
All the
which,
movies you know right now.
speaking of which, it's all in favor of a much better remake of Sonic 2006. Say aye.
I've never seen that, so I don't know.
Did anyone go see
Why? I said why.
Henry,
No,
what movie?
Bloodshot?
I
I don't
don't
even
even
know what it
know what is that movie. What
Oh,
is it?
I mean, I kind of like the idea of having a remake of Sonic 06 done right. All in favor?
I would just be honestly, I'd just be happy if they made just kept doing the Percy Jackson movies and just actually finished them and stopped being lazy.
No, right? They like made the first two and then they stopped making them.
Well, I think that's because the dude got hurt.
It upsets me. Well, it's his fault for getting hurt.
Yeah, well, they should have made it more like the book, and then maybe it would have been better. Okay, if has any of you ever read Maze Runner, the Maze
Yeah.
Runner series? Have you read the prequel?
I have not. I just read
You should read the prequel to Maze Runner because in the prequel, the government lets a virus out, and they're supposed to be able to control it, but it becomes an uncontrollable virus, and that's how like the Maze Runner thing got started. It's pretty interesting.
My sister loves that
You think
series, and
about
she
the
literally said
character?
the same thing.
hey, we're all gonna become Maze Runners soon.
We're all going to become Maze Runners. Yes.
Yeah,
I
and then
haven't-
almost everybody dies. Yay.
Well,
I haven't-
because we're the ones who are left alive. We're going to be stuck in a maze. Can you imagine this class being stuck in a maze together?
And still, like, half of the
You
people
would go
died.
more
in
crazy
May.
than I already have being home alone a lot.
I haven't really seen anything about it, but I do know the premise of it.
Okay. It's a good book series. I enjoyed the books. Much better than the movies.
These were really good too.
The movies were pretty good. The first one was better than the second.
Yes.
Okay.
But they go way off the book, which I don't like. I don't like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
The books were both really good, but they were both completely different. Like not completely, like they had the same general idea, but
You know, I couldn't help but notice that you guys kind of avoided my Sonic 06 little thing.
If you think there needs to be one, then I'm sure we all agree then there needs to be one.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, people are already making independent developers are already making a fan-made PC remake of it, and it's much better. I mean, Sega needs to have people like that on. Sega needs to have people like that on their development.
Well, it sounds good. Okay. Well, we got through class early, and I'm sure you're okay with that.
yes.
I'm good.
We good with that? Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions? Last chance for questions?
Nope,
No,
we're
man.
good.
Oh, man, thank you.
I might hang out. I might make you hang out here for another 5 minutes just to pretend like we're putting chairs away. But look, did Liam leave?
Yeah.
Oh, so rude.
I'm just gonna. Yeah. Okay.
I might leave here in a
Weird.
second too.
No, we're good. Let me know if you have any questions. Who still needs to send in their homework though that was due today?
I do.
You do? Okay. Does everyone know how to upload it to iGrade or email
I
it to me?
don't remember if I did it. Or not. I know.
The only person,
I got yours.
Okay.
the only teacher that requires me to send it to iGrade is Miss Christina, my personal finance teacher.
No, you can email it to me. Jonah, I got yours. Jace is not with us, but I got his. I got Emma's, Henry's. So
And when
right before I started teaching today at 1:00.
and when sending our papers in, send them in as their respective Word documents.
Yes, Word docs, please, or pages if you use a Mac, so I can make edits directly on your thing. It's easier for me. Okay, we're good.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
10 minutes early, 10 minutes. Now you can enjoy on your weekend of staying home and doing nothing.
Yep.
It's fun.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.